Anyway, there was actually about to be some action down at bottom, which I think both teams may have forgotten about so far. Oh, they haven't. They throw out the Venomous Gale. They're jumping straight back into it on HY. Getting smacked by that, but it's not going to do too much. It is only a level 1 Gale, so not going to be too much from that. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, okay, so this was a Broodmother versus Brewmaster lane up top, and what do we have in mid? Just a quick refresher.
Demised.
It is Windrunner versus the Invoker in mid. I'll bring up the player names again so you can see exactly who's playing what for the moment. What happened to the elephant? What elephant?
The elephant in the room, I don't know. I do not know. But right now, this game, I mean, if you've got a pretty... This is sort of your stock standard though, where you've got a 1v1 matchup in 2 of the lanes. You've got a tri-lane versus tri-lane. Not so much. It's not really your stock standard anymore. This is sort of being phased out, and you often see 2v1s and dual lanes. But this is sort of going back to the tri-lane kind of style here. Bottom lane is going to be the aggressive tri-lane of Zenith. They're actually smoked up. They're looking for a gank on mid, and I think they realize they're not going to be able to get kills on bottom, so they're going to smoke up, head towards either mid or bottom here. I like this. The smoke gank on mid is a bit predictable. As soon as they go missing from bottom, well, LGD say, hey, they're smoked up, they're probably ganking mid, so they're actually going to maybe swing back bottom and try to use this smoke. They're going to avoid the Radiant wards and may actually be able to find an opening as a result of this smoke. We'll have to wait and see, though. Meanwhile, mid lane, it is going to be Windrunner picking up an Illusion Rune, and here we go. They're going to head back towards the lane. It looks like they're not going to use this smoke. Wasted time. At the same time, if they'd stayed bottom, they wouldn't have really accomplished a massive amount, so not a big loss, except for the smoke cooldown.
Indeed, someone asked to see the Courier quickly. It doesn't look like anything's happening. So, there you go. Courier with its shiny green eyes over there. You can only see the backside of it. Anyway, back to the match. Plague Wards being used. Actually, Venomancer throwing Plague Wards into the shop just to keep them scouted out there and just annoy Lina when she ducks in there trying to hide. Just going to check the farm up top. In fact, both heroes have a Soul Ring, I believe now. Yes, both heroes do have a Soul Ring. You see that there is that Thunderclap from the Brewmaster. It's going to harass their spawners. And just by, even though he's not killing them, by weakening them, though, there is a stun down on bottom lane. Stun strike as well. Follow-up stun from Lina. Doesn't manage to land. She actually just went straight for the Dragon Slave, realized she was too far away to follow up there. And now it might be X-Freedom who goes in. A great block there, and they get the first blood. Chaos Knight jumping in, getting the kill. Lina going for the get a double kill. A light strike away does drop, but HY now in some serious trouble. He doesn't have any mana for a stun, dodges the Split Earth, and will walk away from this alive, but barely. Barely at all. And wow, yeah. LGD actually fighting back here.
Early kills at bottom, and they thought they had it with the Sunstrike. They thought they could do enough damage, but it just wasn't there. I mean, Shadow Demon can't really provide massive DPS. Sure, you've got the follow-up stuns from Sven and Lina.
That's it, they didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true, but the killing power is really on LGD's side, because they've got 3 heroes with high damage nuke, with Leshrac, Veno, stuns and slows and Chaos Knight, whereas the Shadow Demon doesn't do massive DPS in those clashes. And yeah, like you said, the stuns, the follow-up wasn't quite there that time. With the Sunstrike did land, but the stuns weren't there.
And I mean, like you said, like they possibly went a little bit too early. They were only level 2 at the time. Like you see the level 3 and 4s down here, that's because they just got a bunch of kills. At the time, they're only level 2, so they're only looking at the level 1 Dragon Slave, which does all of, what, 90 damage before resistance? 100 damage before resistance, so really doesn't do a whole lot. And like you said, they may need to wait for that level 3 and also to properly get their chain spells off, because one Stormbolt doesn't do exactly a whole ton. Just going to see Ice in the mid there, though. Has picked up his Magic Wand. 23 and 5 now for the Windrunner, 25 and 12 for the Invoker, so they're pretty close there. Lina finds a Regeneration Rune down bottom, and they will actually just give it to Shadow Demon, even though he's full up, just to keep it out of the Radiant's hands. Sven actually going to duck back. They're a little worried here, I think, because they've lost vision. It is a 6-minute mark, so rewarding needs to happen. And they're just going to use the Plague Ward. The Radiant just going to use the Plague Wards for now, just to spot them until they get the wards out. Yeah, the Venomancer is such a great support here to have because of that vision advantage you can get. And they've got to worry. Sven picked up as a carry, or at least sort of as a semi-carry here. It's something that never seems to pan out that well, and so far Zenith at bottom lane are not off to a great start. Although it's not Sven, it's just the support heroes who have gone down. Sven is struggling to get any farm now. Now that the Radiant side have got these 2 kills, they have the edge here. Chaos Knight with almost double HYCS there. And the other lane's not going particularly great for Zenith either. Top lane is fairly even. Brewmaster a couple CS behind. Mid lane as well, we're going to see 31 CS on Invoker to 25 on Windrunner. So 2 fairly even lanes at mid as well as top. But bottom lane, slight edge to LGD, although it is still very early days. Definitely, and Sven is one of the heroes. Once he hits the mid game, he gets a ridiculous amount of firepower. Gets that God strength up, he can completely tear people down, plus also tear through towers as well. Loader though, I hear a Sunstrike in. It's actually doing a lot of damage there to the Brewmaster, although unfortunately, Loader decides to follow up. I feel like he possibly could have done some serious damage had he gone in there with the spawn spiralings, but decides to sit tight and just continue farming. See, Sylar down here he's going for the stun and a Reality Rift build. We actually saw Zenith when they picked Chaos Knight. They actually only went for one level in Reality Rift and actually picked up. They actually picked up several levels in crit early on.
Yeah, I feel that was one of those abnormalities, something which you will see maybe 1 in 50 games on a Chaos Knight. It's really not the standard build at all. There's not much point gain crit early on. It's a very low percent. You're not actually doing that much right-click damage, and you're relying on having the killing potential, chaining with some support heroes like Venom and Leshrac, as we're seeing in this bottom lane. So it's very unusual to go that build, not something that you'll commonly see. As right now it is Sylar still farming away at bottom. He's got the kill and the assist. 31 creep kills, going for the early treads. We'll see what he picks up now. He's up to about 1k gold. If he does start building towards that drum of endurance, maybe he just starts hitting up for the BKB. But it is going to be a very, very good farm on him so far. And, I mean, the other lanes, it just doesn't feel like there's much pressure coming from Zenith. Brew cannot apply pressure to the tower. He can farm well. He can maybe throw some nukes at the Brewmaster himself, but he's not going to be able to win this lane convincingly. Similar story at mid. We'll have to see whether or not some rotations come in. But Invoker, he leaves the lane, just TP's back mid. He's not going to go looking for any ganks here. He's got the Sunstrike, though, so if they can find a stun, they've essentially got 3 heroes plus the Sunstrike at bottom lane with a lot of killing potential. But LGD, their positioning has been spot on for the most part.
Holy crap, did you see that on top? Brewmaster just hitting Primal Split before he went down. And in fact, I'm just going to keep an eye on him in a second. You'll see how low he was.
Will there be a Sunstrike? That would be something that Ice would just somehow pull out of his ass.
Less than 100 health. That was so damn close for him. Meanwhile, it looks like Ice is busy though. In fact, he actually has fired it. It was on cooldown. He fired it off earlier. The question is, will he seek? No, he won't. It looks like Brewmaster has. Actually, no. That's what he led with, that gank. He actually led with the Sunstrike, so it was not. Yeah, it was on cooldown, obviously. And meanwhile, though, Lina as well as Shadow Demon have gone, alright, we're achieving nothing in this bottom lane, let's go and do something else. And now that they've actually fallen behind in levels, they can't fight. Now they're behind in levels, Leshrac and the Chaos Knight together are just too damn scary. And of course, you throw a Venomancer in there as well, he's going to annoy them just a bit. So they're actually just going to go and try and gank the Brewmaster. And this is a good time for it. With Primal Split down, this is probably the best moment for it.
Really smart decision, really smart timing, and we're going to see Brewmaster almost definitely go down. Brew pops the ulti. We'll see a Soul Catcher wants to use that disruptor. There we go. Sunstrike as well. Damage will be split. Down will go Yao. Easy kill. No wards up. No Primal Split. That is the perfect time to gank. A well-timed gank from those two support heroes. And that's, I mean, like you said, they're behind on XP and the gold graph. I mean, both of those. A big jump up, although it looks a lot more like a big jump up because of that long pause, which doesn't really get taken into account. The Radiant team, though, LGD, they're going to trade that kill at top for a tower at bottom, so Zenith needs to try and punish this top tier 1 tower and make a tower trade out of this one. And I think LGD can just keep on pushing it. That's going to be the big problem here.
They can keep on pushing. At the same time, though, there's not really a whole lot stopping the Broodmother here if she just keeps spamming spot, unless actually Windrunner has come top with an invisibility and a haste. Rather greedy there. It's going to pop top with both runes. Just scouts them out a bit. Doesn't actually take any action from it, though. Meanwhile, Ice is actually, he's lost track of Windrunner. Now he's actually quite worried about what's going on out there. The bottom tower gets taken out. First tier Dire tower gets taken out. Meanwhile, LGD, they keep theirs. I'm actually rather shocked by that. I thought they would lose theirs. There wasn't enough Spirelings there to cause a mess, but as it is, Broodmother actually pulling back.
I mean, they chip away, but even you need a lot of them, and you need they're best for clearing out creep waves and sort of creep skipping. They're not actually that good at just right-clicking down a tower and doing additional DPS. Their DPS is pretty marginal, and as a result, I mean, LGD get great control. They've gone in the bottom. They go on HY. HY, no stun from CK. Sven gets the stun off first with the Reality Rift used to engage. Not going to get that kill here. HY, very fast reaction from him. That could have been a sticky situation for him, but LGD still applying pressure, still defending their towers really well, and that's going to help him out a great deal. Veno at bottom has picked up something. What's he got? He's gone for a very fast earn of shadows. Wow, that's a quick earn on a support hero. He did get that tower last hit at bottom, though.
Assuming it is for him anyway. I mean, it could actually be his magic wand. No, it's both. Both of those are his.
Yeah,
Alright then.
Yeah, I saw him sitting on 1,200 gold or something.
Okay.
Whoa, that's a farm Veno.
Yeah, definitely has a hard support. It's pretty damn big for him. As it looks like Loader will actually have to back up once again. He's just not getting the farm he wants to here. However, there goes Sven actually looking for something here. Going to try and set something up on DDC. Not going to happen though. Just cannot get in. Just cannot close the gap quite quickly enough. If you want to start that gank, would have had to come from behind. But they have a lot of ward. Look at the Radiant wards down in the bottom lane. Look at this. Completely spotted up. The rune, they've got one up here by the second tower, and even one down here was an older laning ward as well, just spotting for TP ganks. They have a ton of vision.
Oh yeah, the vision provided is just so... They don't even need to spam those plague wards of vision. I mean, just surrounding them. The first ward lower down in the lane was planted earlier on before they took that tower, and they didn't actually know they'd get the tower that early. So it does look like they have sort of an overabundance of vision, but that's just simply because once they got the tower, they want the ward further up in the lane. And that ward further back becomes a bit useless, but it's because it was planted a while ago, and it will expire fairly soon. But LGD, they're now going to have Windrunner coming bottom as well. With a DD room, Windrunner's actually got Arcane Boots with a Headdress. We'll be building that mech here, as this is going to be fairly hard to defend with just 3 heroes at bottom Zenith. Is there a TP on here? Invoker has a TP in the 4-star. Brood will just be sitting top, I imagine. Brood's actually getting very close, having a very fast Orchid up. Great farm on Loader so far, but the DD on Windrunner, this is going to be a lot of damage taken by this tier 2 bottom tower, I feel. Yeah, Dev, I agree there. It's going to spam power. Look at the damage on Lina. Just wrecks her. She actually pops a health potion to heal up there. Also with a Tango on top of that. Just trying to make sure she's combat effective. The Shackle though, power shot incoming. It's going to do a ton of damage. Will they have a follow-up? A Gale, a stun from Leshrac. Easy kill. Windrunner. No, they're actually going to share that. Chaos Knight, 2-second stun there. Shadow Demon, way too squishy to deal with that. And they're not even bothering to stun. Says, you know what, that's not going to save you. I'm not going to bother at all. As soon as that Venomous Gale went down, there was no way he was escaping for that, even if Sven dropped a stun. Meanwhile, though, Loader counterattacking just has no damage to offer, though. On the Broodmaster, I seem to feel like he possibly had Drunken... Was it the... As Drunken Ball, I feel like it looked like he was doing absolutely no damage. Must have had a couple of misses in a row. I was like, what the hell? What? Surely, I know he doesn't do that much damage against a shield, but surely not that little. Yeah, the Vanguard's a really good pickup when you're in a 1v1 against Brood. He's not going to be roaming around. He's not looking for the fast Blingag to go initiate fights. Right now, it's Chaos Knight winning the fights. Broodmaster for the next 5-10 minutes, he's just going to be staying top, continually dueling this Brood. I mean, that's his job this game. It's kind of like when you have that side lane solo Sand King or a Beastmaster. Sand King will often go for the Vanguard with an Arcane Boot simply because your role is to deal with the Brood. He is going to be staying top. He may get a TP if there's going to be a tower dive, but for the most part, he's going to stay there bottom lane, stunning on HY, followed by Shackle. Not going to Shackle do anything. And the Reality Rift not pulling him back all that fast, so not going to be a kill there, but still, LGD going to keep chipping away at this bottom tier 2 tower here. As Brewmaster at top, Vanguard soaring. I mean, he's got 700 gold. He can get that Blink Dagger up fairly soon. He still wants a Blink Dagger, but it just wasn't a first item that he needed with the way this is being played. They were just continually pressuring. LGD looking much stronger this match, and we were talking about how LGD don't like the early pressures. It kind of messes up. Well, this game, they're actually doing it themselves, really pressuring Zenith hard. As it looks like Boku is going to be forced back. Will pop the 4-star up himself to get the hell out of there. HY though. He's gone for stats, Stormbolt, and 1 in his speed boost and armor boost there. It's not really an aura, as it looks like Broodmother is going to throw it in the Orca, though. She's finished up, is getting blocked by her own Spirling, so struggling to get in. And Brewmaster will get chased off. I think it was just a bit of harass there. I don't think Brood was legitimately gunning for that kill. I think it was like, Orchid's got a really low cooldown, so does your ulti as a Brood. You just get some serious harassment, although I think that harass there wasn't that serious. It didn't really do all that much damage, and meanwhile, bottom lane, Silent goes in, takes out the Lina practically on his own. And the tier 2 tower getting taken as well, so LGD pulling ahead, and there just doesn't seem to be much return fire from Zenith. I mean, they're looking a bit flat. I mean, there was a long pause, so I can't blame them. I mean, it affects me just with the casting. I'm like, oh, right, wow, we're back in the game here. But look at the farm on some of these heroes. Venomancer has a Vitality booster at this point. Leshrac staying on 700 gold. Chaos Knight's got his Drum of Endurance with some treads up. And it looks like he's picked up something else flying out. He's picked up an Ogre Club as well, so Chaos Knight's going to be flying out that Ogre Club, and there's another tower going LGD's way. LGD literally just having their way with Zenith right now. Yeah, see the Sunstrike going in. He's going to do a lot of damage to the Brewmaster. He will back off, though. I should also mention that the Chaos Knight's been ridiculously aggressive. He has used all 4 of his drum charges, and it's like 15 minutes in or so. He has been using the gank, just basically tower dive and just catch the support heroes off guard. They're not expecting someone to come screaming at them quite that quickly. Of course, he's got the treads up. He's got the huge base speed as well. Throw some drums on top of that, and he just catches him out completely. So it looks like Broodmother, though, skulking around here. Do we have any counter wards or dust coming top to try and pin her down? Nothing on him. Broodmaster also has nothing. Windrunner nothing as well. Leshrac has a gem, though. Oh, loader. This is going to be a nightmare for him to deal with all his nuke power, and now he can't even use his web network. Hopefully he scattered it out. If he clicked Leshrac, he would know, but whether or not he did, we'll have to wait and see. He's standing, very far back, so I think he notices. But it looks like Leshrac doesn't even care. They're focusing on towers more than the Brood kill. The gem is just to prevent Brood from sort of lurking around, going for denies, going for harass, spamming nukes whenever possible. And he's playing very far up the lane. Needs to be careful. Blink Dagger is up on the Brewmaster. Brewmaster's actually TPing bottom. We'll see if he goes in. There's a second TP coming. You're going to see a blink, a clap. Clap, it's all three. The stun actually gets dodged thanks to a disruption coming from the Shadow Demon, and Brewmaster still chasing. He's got a blink and a clap very soon if he can use that soaring. Although, there we go. TP out is going to land. Shadow Demon gets away just in time. And top lane, Loda actually looked like he went in on someone, but didn't really manage. Actually, no, he killed the Leshrac. Did he get rid of the gem there? Loda got a solo kill on Leshrac. That's a big play. And the gem was picked up by Venomancer, though.
That is unfortunate, but yeah, definitely big play there. If you can get those kills, especially if you can pick up the Venomancer, although Venomancer is a hell of a lot tankier than the Leshrac, so makes sense that he has the gem up on him instead. In fact, he might not have even lost the gem. He might have actually passed the gem over to Venomancer before when he teleported up there, because it makes more sense for the Veno to carry it. He's more likely to be doing the counter warding because he's got those Plague Wards, and he's just all round just tankier than Leshrac is at the moment. Yes, Broodmother just going to spam some Spiderling from the jungle just to help herself accelerate her farm. She's currently sitting on, how much farm is she sitting on? She's sitting on a lot, 165 and 11. That is actually pretty crazy good. And going into this late game, as long as Zenith's going to hold on, Brood is going to be tough.
That is insane farm. I mean, a lot of those are neutrals, but Loda has been a farming machine all these games, with Prophet now with Brood. But the problem is his teammates getting absolutely torn to pieces. The blink initiation, DD rune on the Windrunner. They get 2 more kills going their way. Sure, it's 2 support heroes. Ice in trouble as well. Power Shot goes down. It's going to find him. He has got Ghost Walk if he wants to if he wants to switch to that, and he may have to. There we go. Ghost Walk gets popped. The gem is not nearby. It is going to be Venomancer who's pushing up the mid lane. I think they're just going to go for the tier 2 mid tower and not actually look for any more kills here. But Loda finally finding the opening he's been after, gets the tier 1 top tower, and he's going to keep on pressuring. Try go for the tier 2 tower as well.
We'll see what they can crack out, though. It's currently 7-2. Zenith struggling just a bit. There is a Chaos Meteor, not doing a whole lot, though. Mostly just slightly annoying Chaos. I hear the Edict getting popped as well, tearing down that tower. Meanwhile, Brewmaster is chasing up these Spiderlings, and like I said, that Thunderclap is really proving to be useful at clearing them up. Invoker, though, has picked up an Ultimate Orb, working towards a Sheep Stick, one would assume. There's a bit of a smoke gank here from Veno, as well as the Leshrac, popping down wards and just scouting out the high ground, looking for trouble. Looking for enemy wards to see if they can get rid of map vision in the mid game. Invoker, what is he sitting on now? 900 gold, 1000 gold. Shadow Demon very, very poor. Lina also has picked the Arcane Boots, so that's about it. Sven appears to be building a BKB, I believe, just to help him from getting pinned down in the middle of the fight. I think this is very useful.
Oh yeah, it's a must-get item against these heroes. I mean, there's quite a lot of disables with the Chaos Knight, the Windrunner, and Leshrac, but it's just essential that he does get that up. As we will see Brood getting caught out in the jungle, the gem on Venomancer, giving the vision they need, and Loda, no BKB up yet. He was close to it. I think he's bought a Mithril. Yeah, he's bought the Mithril Hammer. He just needs the BKB recipe, but the roam through the jungle catches him out, and that's going to be another loss for Zenith, who are now down 8 kills to 2. Probably equally important, they're behind on farm. Apart from Loda, Loda's farming well, but the rest of the Zenith squad really under farm. Chaos Knight bottom lane gets caught out. Sunstrike, the chain stuns. Lina pops Laguna, and that's a kill. They have to use everything for it, but that's the only way they can get that kill. Smart play there. Brewmaster blinks in, goes too far, misses the Sven and the Lina, and they're not going to get any revenge kills. Nice gank from Zenith, getting a big hero kill on the Chaos Knight, and they get out okay.
Meanwhile, the Invoker appears to be sort of twiddling his thumbs at the moment. Hasn't really got a whole lot to do. Still, he's picked up the Void Stone as well early on, just trying to sort out his mana regen issues. He's a little bit shy on that at the moment. Once working towards a Mystic, only about 2k away from the Mystic stuff. Once he gets that up and running, things are really going to become difficult for LGD. Once he gets that Hex up and running, I don't think they've got anything in response like that. Do have Venomancer? No, nothing new there as well. Might even just work towards a pipe now, we'll see. Brewmaster, though, building a Vlad's, I believe. Yep, that is a Vlad's coming up, so he's just going to help with the pushing for his team. That is really going to be useful, Gods. That +5 armor and the damage, always nice.
And he keeps it during ulti form, which is why it's so... I mean, as Brewmaster, when you're level 13 this early in the game, your ulti just rips apart these people. And getting items which you can't use during non-ulti form, I mean, the Vanguard is one of them, but the Vanguard he needed in the landing stage, but... This Vlad is going to help out so much when he pops that ulti. He can keep the aura. It'll give bonus damage to all his panda spirits, and as a result, Zenith's going to be in a lot of trouble when Brewmaster goes initiating him, especially when he starts getting closer and closer to that level 3 ulti.
Definitely, if you can get the OMG, WTF, BBQ, Pandas with, of course, you get the Argon Scepter at level 3 ulti, and they go absolutely insane. Meanwhile, though, LGD continuing to just farm top. It doesn't look like they're interested in pushing any towers at the moment. In fact, the only outer tower left would be the second tier top tower, so maybe they are actually going to go for that. In fact, it looks like they are actually going to push in on that. The only person not present would be Windrunner, who's busy harassing mid, just trying to force Invoker to have some trouble farming. It might even go for the Cold Snap. Cold Snap lands! There we go. Couple more harassing hits there from the Forge Spirit. It's doing a fair amount of damage there to the Windrunner. I think she may have been trying to teleport home there. In fact, Brewmaster going to teleport home as well. Decides he doesn't want to be caught up here. And the Radiant, LGD, they're being pretty aggressive when they don't have that much vision up, gods.
Oh yeah, they're not afraid. They feel that their teamfight composition, their farm right now is at a point where they cannot really be taken down, but Leshrac needs to be careful. Alone at top lane, the chase is on. Brood is sort of looking around. Leshrac is probably just going to TP out here though, as things are looking not that good for Zenith, but they've still got openings. They've got a very farmed Brood, loaded with BKB and Orchid with the treads up. We're going to see a BKB soon on Sven. Sven's a bit under-leveled here, but as long as he's got a BKB, he can do a lot of damage in these fights. You've got great setup from the Shadow Demon Lina combo, and Invoker, always a hero to look out for in these big team fights. So Zenith, they're still well in this, and they've still got plenty of ways to start taking down some towers and winning some team fights.
I agree, definitely. As it looks like, yeah, Sven getting very, very close. Once he gets that, it'll kind of prevent him from being kited quite as much. Windrunner, though, the thing is, though, the attrition value. Windrunner, of course, does have the 4-star up. In fact, even if he gets the BKB, 4-star ups are still going to be annoying. Windrunner has the mech as well, just to help the team out. Do we have any secondary 4-stars being built? Not at the... Although Venomance is actually spent up on something, so maybe... No, it looks like he's going to be building a pipe to help the team out, which... I guess it's going to help them from being comboed down by stuff like Lina's Laguna Blade. Always nice. Also, Invoker has a fair amount of AoE as well. So I don't think it's... Yeah. I think there are worse choices. Even though they aren't that magic AoE heavy. I suppose they're... Yeah, they're not really that magic AoE heavy, are they?
It's not like what they're banking everything on right now, so I think they don't have to go for it. As we will see a TP top. Can they get an engagement here? It looks like Chaos Knight's just TPing back to farm though. He is trying to get his next big item up. He's got the Ogre Club. What is he going to go for the full BKB here? Or possibly just go... Even a Sanjin Yasha here really is one... It's another hero where Sanjin Yasha does work pretty well because you're getting the illusions up, giving them more attack speed and durability with the HP you get from it isn't all that bad. So we'll see what it's going to be from him. It looks like there is a Mithril Hammer sitting at base, so it looks like we will be seeing a BKB on CK though. And uh-oh. HY bottom. He's finished his BKB. It comes out to him just in time. He pops a BKB TP. That was a timely courier arrival, if I'd ever seen one.
Oh yeah. A few more seconds later, he would have been totally boned. Does manage to escape though, unscathed for the most part. Meanwhile though in the mid lane, Invoker is only about 600 gold shy of his Hex. He seems like he's been farming really well. Let me check the GPM. Invoker currently sitting on 340, still not that far. Loader on the other hand, 500, just shy of 500 GPM. That is going to sting LGD. If anything is going to give them a pause, if anything's going to make them pause, it's going to be Loader's Broodmother. She's going to be so freaking fat going into the late game. In fact, there we go. She's still pressuring this bottom tower as well, just continually being frustrating. Brewmaster teleporting up there to try and stop it. And Loaded's running away. I bet he's just going to drop back into the jungle and continue farming. In fact, he still is. His Sparklings are in there right now.
Helping Lina out, Lina get some farm and levels there as well. And the thing is, it's buying Zenith time. I mean, sure, it's great for Loader to get all this farm, but it's also helping his team get more farm because constantly Brewmaster has to TP top, Chaos Knight TP top before they constantly having to TP top, defend this pressure from Brewmother. And whenever they do so, the rest of Zenith, the Invoker and the Sven, find time to farm. You've got the supports like Lina farming away in the jungle. Lina's going to have a Drum of Endurance up soon. They're getting some decent farm going their way. It's just going to be this big team fight, and the catch in between from LGD, and LGD are looking for those pickoffs now. They're going in the jungle. They're going to be running right at this Lina, possibly even the Brood here. Brood does have a BKB, but you couldn't see a stun come out before. Oh, BKB! Very quick reaction from Loader. The right-click damage, is it going to be enough? No, it's not. They get him down very low, though.
Yeah, down a little bit, but he just teleported away. I don't think he was ever really that scared. You know what? They don't have that much physical burst. I can get it the hell out of here. But they LGD, they're going to press this second tier top tower. Probably going to get it. There is no defense being mustered from Zenith. In fact, their thoughts are just to go and farm other lanes. XY still on the base, so I think they're just minding the base tower in case LG push in. LGD, they look like they're thinking about it. I don't think they can do a whole. I think they're just trying to force TPs back to make them waste time and money. Or they could actually move in and just do some damage to the tower as well. That also works, I guess. They can spam down this creep pretty easily. As you see the port in, we see the reality rift in, the stun goes down, Bruma doesn't get a chance to BKB, she 4-stars away, in fact is it on cooldown still? She buys back, yes, the BKB is still on cooldown, Sven though going to town, there comes the Sunstrike, doesn't hit anything, Sven causing a lot of damage but being forced to back up, the Brewmaster's Pandas are in the mix, Lena getting Cyclone, they never really managed to achieve anything in that fight, she's also still very squishy, Power Shot going through does a lot of damage to Lena there, even after hitting a whole bunch of creep. And Broodmother, though, the issue is she was forced to buy back, and she's back in the mix now. I think she's actually also building... Actually, no, that's Sven. I think we might actually be seeing a Mask of Madness from Sven here, Gods.
Yeah, I think with a BKB, he's going to just go for that Mask of Madness to do just right-click away in those team fights. There isn't quite enough... They haven't got really any lockdown when he's in that BKB form, so as long as he can find a target to hit, he can get himself some kills. The problem is going to be the Windrunner 4-staff. We may even see some additional 4-staffs coming from some of these, from the Venomancer or the Leshrac, although Leshrac is getting a Ghost Scepter up, in fact. Ghost Scepter is what a great item to have against both Brood and Sven in this game, although it will allow Lena to do some big nuke damage, but I feel the Ghost Scepter still, I mean, just use it, time it so that it's when Brood and Sven are on you and Lena is nowhere nearby.
I feel kind of worried that he's going to walk into try and fight Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight's going to split, and then crits are going to come out from every which way. And when you've got a Mask of Madness turned on, well, it doesn't even matter if you have like 3k health. That bloody hurts, so you have to watch out. I mean, he's going to be doing like 600, 500 damage crits, and then you throw on the damage amp. That's not nice stuff. Definitely not nice stuff, but we'll see how it turns out for him. Sven, though, just going to solo push his bottom lane. He's needs to be careful though, he's carling it up a bit, he's way out of position, in fact, incoming 4-man gank, I think he might be relying on the BKB and teleport out, but he really doesn't want to waste those charges, but on Reality Rift back, and there we go, he will just teleport out, but that's another wasted BKB charge, Gods, and all he got was a few creep.
Yeah. LGD are okay with that, I mean, if they get the stun before the BKB, hey, they get a kill.
Are you serious?
What?
Pause. P for pause.
Oh
my god. Well, you know what? I'm very sleepy at the moment. I'm actually going to go and grab another Rockstar, so I'll be back in just a moment. Says yes, fast. I don't know how many of these you're allowed to drink in one night, but screw the police. I'm a rebel. No, I'm actually worried that I'm gonna cause some damage or something. Oh, but I need to stay awake.
I'm waiting for the chat to explode. It's going to in any second now when it catches up.
3, 2, 1. Crap, didn't explode. Although T-Splody was the last poster there. Close enough.
Nah, I've got the little dashboard view up. It hasn't quite caught up. It's about to, though.
Okay. There we go. Facebook's kicking it off.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, we have got the 3 heroes, possibly more heading towards the middle lane. I think basically LGD is an engage game. Brewmaster has just hit level 16. And that's really where they shine. Level 16 Brewmaster, and this is just 29 minutes in the game. You do not get level 16 much faster than this. Zenith have some decent farm. Sheepstick is up on an Invoker now. Brood has 2 big items there. Brood, the buyback's on cooldown though, which did help them out and probably almost saved them in that last fight. But basically they're going to look for an engagement with the BKB on Chaos Knight and the Blink ulti coming from the Brewmaster whenever an opportunity arises. They've got the Shackle Shot to maybe leave things off, but even Brewmaster can just blink in, clap ulti, and things will go very well for LGD from there, I've got a feel, unless we see a sheep on Brewmaster before he gets the ulti off.
And there we go, they're going to charge in there. They're doing a lot of damage to that tower though. They're popping the glyph on the dice side, and it looks like DDC moves in, goes for a spell, cancels though. Decides to back up, Light Dragon Slayer, 4-star back there. Invoker, I think he was trying to dodge something preemptively. He does manage to get away anyway. And it looks like LGD, they're happy just to keep spamming. I think they're happy just to keep chipping it down, or not, are they? No, they say it's time to back up. They will back up. Double D.
Great split push from Zenith. I mean, they want to keep pushing, but Zenith, with the pressure from top, from the Brood, Sven was doing a bit of pressure for him. He did TP back fairly timely, but all in all, It was just a split push. When LGD go mid, Zenith go both top and bottom, and now Zenith may actually get a Roshan out of this with Heroes TPing bottom and top. I think they're going to go Roshan pit, and there's nothing to maybe stop them. Windrunner, Leshrac are nearby, but it's only really 2 heroes nearby, and they're going to go for the pick-off. Windrunner in a lot of trouble. Jeeped up. Here come the Chain Stuns. Windrunner's going to go down.
Oh man,
and if they want to stop Roshan, we're going to have to see buybacks. And Chaos Knight, he's gone in as well, looking like Leshrac will go down. Leshrac gets left out to hang and dry, and 2 easy pickoffs for Zenith, and this is going to be an easy Roshan, or possibly, actually it looks like they're just going to go for the tower, which is going to be something which, there's not going to be many opportunities for them to take a tower, so take a tower now, then maybe back off and take Rosh.
Yeah, as a dire team, Roshan is easy for them to get to get their hands on anyway, so they will go for the quick tower, 20 seconds there on Leshrac, and a nice little pickoff, and you saw the Windrunner, she got hit by Soul Catcher, and then Laguna Blade, Sunstrike, and so he's forced up, and again, such mobility there from the Invoker. Can they set something up? BKB for CK, though, look at him shred Invoker. Can he get a crit in here? One more hit. Invoker is being run down. Reality Rift. There's a 700 damage crit. And now it's Freedom in some serious trouble. HY got stunned there for a second. The illusions wreck him. And I'm pretty sure he had the Mask of Madness on as well. He did. He had Mask of Madness activated, and that's what I mean. Those illusions, they will hammer him. Absolutely shred him. They've got maxed out crits now as well.
Oh yeah, it's just not... Late game, Chaos Knight will scale well with some iron, and he's got 3k gold now. He could just go for a hard if he wants massive survivability. But I feel Zenith, making a bit of a mistake there. Should have just taken the free Roshan. The T2 tower, I mean, sure, you're not getting many opportunities to get them, but they didn't even manage to get that T2 tower. They got absolutely slaughtered at bottom lane. And now we're going to see LGD getting Aegis into their own hands. It looks like Chaos Knight is poised to pick this one up. He has an open slot for it, unless it goes to someone else, like the Brewmaster, but just a lot of farm, a lot of gold on a lot of these LGD heroes right now. I mean, Venomant has almost finished off a pipe. He hasn't got, at least got a hood yet. I imagine he'll finish off a full pipe. And just Windrunner, Sheepseekers on route.
No.
We're going to have Brewmaster with 3k gold, Chaos Knight with 3.3k gold.
No, he actually went for the Ghost Scepter. I saw him pop it out there for a second.
The Venom?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense too. They're not really taking that much magic damage right now, so I think they're okay with leaving the pipe for later, whereas they're more worried about, I think, keeping the Venomancer alive, or even just baiting, like even allowing him to bait out the Brewmother or the Sven. I think it's going to be technically more useful for them in this case. And also just give them some nice little stats as well. See the poison spam though.
Yeah, and they're going to look to, they want this LGD, they really want to get a rack soon, and they're not going to go engaging in yet. Brewmaster's still about 35 seconds left on his ulti. Lestrac's actually farming out some neutrals at the moment, maybe trying to farm up buyback goldies. Looks like he's just got enough for buyback. He will lose a bit when he dies here, but they're just going to poke at this tower. Whenever the creep wave goes in, a couple right clicks from Windrunner, a couple Plague Ward attacks, and then they back off. Once the Brewmaster ulti's off, then they'll look for the big proper initiation. Brewmaster looks like he's getting close to either an Assault Chris or a Shiver's Guard. He has picked up a Plate Mail, but that could really be... you could either go either way. I mean, Shiver's Guard, the Aura will help a lot against both Brood, Sven. Even the Invoker does some right-click damage, so Shivers isn't that bad an item here. The Assault Chris will give him some more right-click DPS, though, and will also synergize very well with his Chaos Knight.
Definitely, and it looks like they're just going to keep pressuring in, just keep popping a bit of damage here, and they keep chipping away. And Zenith, they're all bottled up, they don't have much room to move, although Loda currently sitting in the top lane, skulking back. HY, she's going to press back the bottom lane while he's got time. Figures, you know, I've got time now before they're really in the middle here. Because I don't think LGD are going to try and press in until they actually have multiple lanes pushing one. This is why we've got 2 heroes on the side, but now they see there are 2 heroes missing, they go, oh, well, why the hell not go in? And now Chaos Knight jumping after the Invoker, a good disruption save though, dodges that stun there from Chaos Knight. He gets disrupted, he gets actually purged there, he's trying to run away now, the BKB has worn off, and they will back up. A nice dive, but the ports come back in, and LGD decide to disengage, although they are going to move back in just a second by the looks of things.
Really nice positioning from Zenith. I mean, they avoided the Chaos Knight initiation. He wasted his full BKB, but the danger's not over. Brewmaster with ulti. Chaos Knight's just hit level 16. Level 3 Phantasm. It's going to be a lot of illusions, a lot of right-click damage. They have got some AoE to deal with the illusions in the form of Lina, the Sven stun, and the Invoker, but if they come at if they win a team fight and then pop the illusion to take down a rat, they're going to drop very, very quickly, those buildings, and we're going to see just Windrunner just sort of poking, hoping for a shackle shot to land. If something does, they can throw down some spam, maybe look for initiation, but for the most part, this is just LGD keeping Zenith right where they want them.
Yeah, Zenith can find no room to farm at the moment, or even pressure other towers. They do get the Hex down there. Who is that? Zhao 8, Windrunner getting smashed! There is the Gigabyte, gets absolutely shredded. Sven is down the mix. Mask Man is activated. Gonna try and chew through those pandas. Gets Hops a stun to the face. BKB is already on cooldown. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to have to retreat. He gets cleaned up, though, by the lightning, and the Brewmaster also getting yet another kill. And they still are on the retreat. The Reality Rip, the stun there from Chaos Knight. Broodmother is dead. And this Chaos Knight is just destroying the Dire team. And now the Rax is being hammered on by Chaos Knight, along with the Brewmaster. And actually the buyback there, I think, from Windrunner. She's back in the mix as well. And the GGs are called by Zenith. Chaos Knight, too freaking strong.
Oh yeah, I mean, we saw Chaos Knight not succeed in game number 1 of the first, or second, whatever you want to look at. In the first game we casted tonight, that's a good way to say it. In the first game we casted tonight, Chaos Knight was picked by LGD. It didn't work out for them. They had a strong laning stage, but they ultimately didn't push down enough towers with their lone Druid draft. This time around, they pressured towers, they really controlled the game well, and I also like the Brewmaster pick up there. It just gave them a great initiation. So with that, guys, we're going to go into game number 2 of this final best of 3. LGD versus Zenith. This is your grand finals.
Oh yes. Alright, let me just... Oh, actually, I've got to wait. The Ghost game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to wait for the Ghost game, guys. Oh boy.
Yeah, not just Ghost Gamers, guys. Everyone in the chat loves checking out those items and stats.
Fair enough, then.
I always get complaints even when from the chat, even when I don't.
And the Raids apparently lose. Willing to give a no. Oh boy. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, guys.